Hi everyone, how are you all? I hope all of you are fine and okay. In this video tutorial, I am going to show how to use Dreamweaver to write your very first PHP code. Alright, this is PHP lesson 1. So in this tutorial, we are going to use two different IDEs so that you can understand and you can compare those two IDEs. One IDE is free, which is Visual Studio Code, and another IDE is not free, it is a paid IDE. Okay, so if you have the opportunity to use paid IDE, then you can use that. The name of that IDE is Dreamweaver. There are other effective IDEs out there. Okay, one of the paid IDE, a good paid IDE is PHP Storm. You can also use Visual Studio, but you have to use an extension which is a paid extension. So here let's start. Let's check first. We have installed XAMPP. We are going to use PHP and we are going to use XAMPP package. By installing XAMPP, you will have the PHP. Okay, and let's find out which version we have. We have git bash and we have cmd command prompt, so let's just try both. Okay, which version of PHP we have? PHP just version, and then we have version 7.4.11. or you can start command prompt. Okay, you can check which version you have. PHP version. Okay, and we'll have version 7. So this one is the first check. This is lesson 1, so you have to understand, you have to check one by one that all things are running and working. So PHP is working and we have PHP version 7.4.11 and we have installed XAMPP and we are running XAMPP here. We have installed XAMPP in which directory? We have installed XAMPP F drive XAMPP folder. Okay, F drive in XAMPP folder. Okay, here. And a server will be htdoc. We are going to start XAMPP, but I'm not starting right now. We will start in a few seconds. Okay, within level 1, let's start those two different IDEs. First, Visual Studio Code. Here we have Visual Studio Code. We can run it just by clicking it. Okay, this is Visual Studio Code. First, we are going to show everything in Dreamweaver. Then we are gonna copy those code and we are gonna show this here. How to use Visual Studio Code. If you don't have, I'm starting Dreamweaver right now, so go to start menu and there we can go to Adobe Dreamweaver is here. If you don't have it here, then you can search it. If it is installed Dreamweaver, then you will have Dreamweaver here. Click on it and you have to run PHP code in Dreamweaver. You have to set it up, and we have another video in our channel where we have shown how to set up Dreamweaver so that you can run PHP code. The very first thing that you should do, you have to change it. So in that video we have shown that we have created Dreamweaver PHP, so we are going there. In that video we have shown how to create your very fast PHP file and test it out in Dreamweaver. Okay, so you can open it. Alright, and you will see that it is there. You can see this is the code, and now we are gonna write this same code, but this time we are gonna explain it because this is our lesson 1. So I'm not running it right now, but I'm creating here another new file. Okay, and I'm writing PHP lesson 101 PHP lesson 1. Alright, and I'm opening it just by right click, double click, then it will be here showing only code. If you use the split window, it will be there. Nothing is displayed right now. A PHP file can have a lot of things. PHP file can have PHP code, HTML code, okay, or CSS code, or JavaScript code, or jQuery code, or Bootstrap code. All things can be there within PHP file, or PHP file can have only PHP code. Okay, and another important thing is you have to understand the extension, file extension. It is always .php. PHP file extension is .php. Okay, and you can create this file in different ways. Alright, you can go to that directory. We have htdocs folder and Dreamweaver PHP, and there we have created this file PHP, or you can create another file manually. You can create another file manually. How to do it? You can use a text document, okay, and then you can write example. Instead of .txt extension, you can write PHP, and when you are going to minimize it, if you refresh it, okay, you will see refresh local files and you will see example file is there. You can create also files in this way. I'm not using this one, so I'm deleting it right now. Let's see what is gone. Yes, it is gone from the directory, so we are going to use this file. So here we have HTML code here, okay, HTML5 code, the basic template. Alright, we are going to use this body part, or you can use only PHP code. Instead of without using the HTML document, you can only use PHP code. So let's try only PHP code. Another important thing is PHP. Whenever you are going to learn PHP, the very first question would be, what is PHP? You know, PH stands for Hypertext Preprocessor. It is a free language. Alright, it is a free language because you can use PHP for free, totally free. Okay, you can free available program that you can use to code, and you can design your websites and other things as well. Okay, if someone is going to ask you what is PHP, then you need to tell them what is PHP. PHP stands for Hypertext Preprocessor, and it is a open source language, so you can download it anytime and you can practice anytime, or you can use it anywhere. Not a language where you have to learn this language you don't have to pay anything. PHP is a scripting language. To run PHP code, any operating system that you are going to use, to run PHP code there, you need a local host or a server to run PHP code. A browser can't interpret. If you are going to run PHP code using any browser, then it is not going to run there, because browser can interpret PHP code, because browser has an API. The DOM is handling all the code, right? The DOM is document object model. It has a built-in API which can handle different type of codes, and these codes are only HTML code and XML code. Application processing interface, this API, okay, the DOM. To understand it properly, we can show in this way. Think about you have a file, okay, you have a file here. Think about you have a file and the file name is hi.php. Now this is your file and you want to run it, and this file has a simple code, and the code is this. Think about the code is this: PHP tag, and then echo, because I want to print something and it is having only hi. Okay, and this is the text, and closing this statement, and then closing the PHP tag, starting PHP tag and closing PHP tag, and it is going to print only hi. Alright, and it is only one statement. Okay, this file is containing this one, but if you are going to send it to browser, okay, then browser can interpret it properly. Alright, think about, we have a browser here, it can be Edge, okay, it can be Chrome, okay, it can be Firefox, Opera, it can be other browsers as well. Okay, but if you are going to send PHP file and you want to execute like a simple HTML file, if you want to send it to browser, okay, then browser will not be able to handle it, because browser is not familiar with .php file. PHP file has an extension which is .php. Okay, browser is not designed to handle PHP file. Browser can process PHP files. It can be any browser, okay, because DOM is not designed. DOM is designed because browser DOM is designed to handle only HTML files and XML files. So we need a handler, and that handler is a local server. Okay, PHP is a scripting language because okay, it requires a server. Think about, we have a server, and here the server is local server, and this is the local server or XAMPP. Here XAMPP means it is Apache. Alright, Apache server, and because within the XAMPP package we have Apache server, we have MariaDB or MySQL, we have PHP and Perl. Alright, so Apache server PHP, whenever you are going to send PHP file to an Apache server, then Apache server is designed to handle .php file. It is familiar with PHP files, so whenever you are going to send a file, that file can have different type of codes. It can have HTML code, other type of codes, including PHP code. Whenever you are going to send a file to XAMPP or Apache server or your local server, then it is going to process only the PHP tag related code. Okay, it is not going to handle other codes, but only the PHP related code or PHP blocks. It will translate or it will process the PHP related code, because okay, it knows how to process it. Okay, here it is going to process it. Okay, process that PHP block, processing. It will be processed. Okay, the PHP file will be processed here, and then it will be converted into simple HTML. Okay, it will convert it to simple HTML. The Apache server is going to convert all PHP blocks into simple HTML blocks so that the DOM can handle it. Then Apache server is going to send this file to browser so that the browser can understand it properly, because browser is designed to handle only HTML and XML files. When it will be processed and it will be converted into simple HTML, then browser is going to be familiar with this code, because browser knows how to handle simple HTML files. Then browser is going to process that file. If your operating system has a PHP file and you can run this PHP file, nowadays you can run PHP file in different operating systems. You can run PHP file in Windows operating system and in Linux operating system and Mac operating system. Okay, you don't have to worry, because now in Windows operating system IIS is already there. Like in Windows operating system, IIS is also there, so you can run PHP file in IIS Windows server, or you can run PHP file in Apache server. So if you want to use PHP file in Windows server, then you have to install dependencies so that IIS can handle PHP. In our operating system we have used XAMPP, so we are going to use the Apache server. We are going to send all the PHP files to this server, and the local web server is known as htdocs. In XAMPP folder there is a folder named htdocs. Okay, htdocs, and that folder is going to be default server location. This is the folder from where this server is going to use all its URLs. This PHP file can have a lot of different type of codes. Okay, but simply browser can handle it. That's why it is called a scripting language, server scripting language. Two stable version is there, 5.4 and 7.1. okay, and in our operating system, in this tutorial video we are going to use 7.4. that means the latest version, and in future the version will be higher, like 8 or 9 or 10 or something else. In this scenario you have understood that if you send this file to browser, then browser can handle it. So you need a server, and you need to make sure you have a server, and you have to send all PHP files to that server so that the server can convert those files into simple HTML files or code, and then that will be delivered to browser so that so the browser can handle those codes. Okay, then the browser will be able to manage to display those codes as simple HTML. Let's get out of it. Now that you have understood that how PHP is going to run, and we have here Apache server, we are going to run PHP code here. So we have to make sure that Apache server is started. Alright, so here we can run Apache server by clicking on start button. Okay, then you can see we are using default port. Your port can be different. Okay, we are using, for HTTP we are using port 80, and for HTTPS we are going to use port 443. This is the default port. Okay, and you can check it out. Alright, you can check it out, minimizing it right now, Microsoft Edge, and you can type localhost to test it out whether Apache is running or not. Yes, Apache is running. This localhost and dashboard, this is the dashboard folder, and where is this? You need to understand the location. Okay, do you know the location of this folder? The location of this folder is this folder, XAMPP folder, and then htdocs folder, and this is the dashboard. Alright, but we are not going to use the dashboard. We have a different folder, and we are going to use Dreamweaver PHP. Alright, I'm closing it right now because we are not going to use Edge. We are going to use Edge later whenever we are going to show it by using Visual Studio Code. Let's start our lesson then, and discussed a lot. PHP syntax. Alright, the very first thing that you should know is PHP syntax. So how to declare PHP syntax or PHP code block. So PHP, okay, less than sign, then a question mark or note of interrogation, then PHP all together without any spaces, and then this is the starting block. Alright, and then this is the closing block. We are going to use these three different blocks here, one here, another here, and another here. This is the starting tag. Here we are going to use here this will be empty. Okay, this will be empty, and we are going to write a comment here, empty. See, we are not going to use the first one. And another thing you need to notice that we didn't use any HTML code. This is our very first lesson. I'm not using HTML. Okay, I'm only using PHP code. A PHP file extension, if the file is .php, then that file can have different type of codes. Okay, it can have HTML code, it can have CSS, it can have JavaScript, it can have jQuery, it can have Bootstrap and PHP, or you can combine PHP and HTML all together. Alright, a combination can be there, but here we are only using only PHP code. Okay, and we have three different blocks. Here is a block, code block, and this is the code block, and this is another code block, and this is another code block. Here we are going to write a simple line, okay, which is echo, and as soon as I'm giving double bracket, double quote, another quote is there using, okay, Dreamweaver is doing that intelligently. Okay, here we are going to write hi, hello world, okay, or hi there. You can write hello world, or you can write hi there. Okay, this is the only line that we are going to use here, and we are going to write, this is another comment is we can use hash single line comment. We can use hash to represent single line comment, or we can use double forward slash to use single line comment. In this PHP block we don't have anything. This is the empty one. You can leave empty blocks, and you can come back to it later, and you can add your code there. Alright, and here this is also a PHP code block, and it is having only one statement. We want to print only these string literals. Okay, hi there, and you can also comment in this way. Alright, and here we want to use a code block. Minimize it a little bit, and you can split it, and you can code. If it is if you think you are comfortable with this, then you can also use this. So I'm using split here, and it will be displayed here. So I'm saving it right now. You can see there that we have written hi there, and we have saved. As soon as you are saving it, and this preview window is going to show this hi there, and if you are going to write note of exclamation, and if you are going to save it, it will be displayed here. See, it is the preview window. This is the live preview here, and we didn't use any body, that's why it is not indicating any bodies. Okay, and it's showing only PHP code, and this is the code window. Alright, okay, so this is one thing. Okay, now here we want to use multi-line comment. So how? A forward slash, and then asterisk sign, and then asterisk sign again, then a forward slash again. This is a multi-line comment, and here you can write multi-line comment. Okay, multi-line. So here we want to print another thing, that is echo, and you can use first PHP lesson. We didn't save it yet. you need to understand something, that how to declare a PHP code block. So a PHP code block can be declared using this tag. Alright, a less than sign, a question mark, and PHP and PHP, and this is the starting PHP block, and this is the ending tag. PHP tag can be shortened as well. So the very first thing that you need to know, about PHP syntax is what code you should use to start a PHP tag and close a PHP tag. This is the starting tag and this is the closing tag. Okay, a mini version is also there, which is only question mark and then question mark. Okay, in this way you can also mention PHP code, and for this you have to enable PHP. Okay, in Dreamweaver it is enabled by default, that's why it is not showing any error. Okay, and we are not going to use this. This is not a good practice to use PHP code block without the PHP word. For good practice, it is recommended that you should use the PHP word within the starting tag. With the starting tag, it is not a good practice to use the short or mini tag, short tag. Okay, so the good practice is to use, and I have saved it, so, and this was also printed there, my first PHP lesson. You can see hi there, and it is not creating another line. So to create another line we have to use HTML here, and we can use a break here. Alright, and we can use a break here, and as soon as we are going to save it, you will see that it is creating a break. Okay, and this is good to see that in Dreamweaver, whenever you are going to code, you are seeing the live preview, so it will speed it up. Alright, you will be able to write code faster, alright, compared to other IDEs. And within a short while we are going to use Visual Studio Code to see this again. So you now know the starting tag and the closing tag, and you now know the code block, PHP code block. Okay, and you know that PHP code block can have different type of codes. Alright, PHP code, or it can have HTML code, or a PHP file can have other things as well. But whenever you are going to send a PHP file to Apache server or the local server, alright, so which server, that the server has to be familiar with .php files. Whenever it is going to process that file, it is going to look at only this block. If you write something there, if you write an HTML code here like a paragraph, if you think that PHP is a paragraph, okay, and you have created a paragraph here, and here the paragraph is saying, okay, see, as soon as I am typing, it is displayed here automatically. Alright, this is empty one. So here is a paragraph tag, but whenever you are going to send a PHP file to Apache server, the server is going to only interpret only the code blocks, PHP code blocks, this part, and this part. It is not going to look at this part because it is already in HTML format. So it is going to be ignored by the Apache server. Alright, and saving it, or you can write this part will be ignored by Apache server. This is a paragraph tag. Now you know how to use a simple comment, how to use single line comment, and how to use multi-line comment. Here you have seen that we can use string literals. If you want to display something, this within the browser, if you want to display something or we want to print something, then we can use two different keywords to do that successfully. One is echo, another is print. Both of them can be used without parentheses or with parentheses. Okay, if you write with parentheses, then rest of the code here, the declared code that you want to print, should be within the parentheses. Okay, within here. Another thing we have learned here, whenever you are going to write, I want to write a text, and the text should be hide there, and here the text is in programming language we call this text as string literals. So these string literals, the syntax of these string literals is simple. You have to write everything within double quote or single quote. Okay, see the starting single quote, ending single quote, or here the starting double quote and the ending double quote. So this is a string literal, and whatever you are going to write here, it will be displayed here. And we used HTML also there. This HTML has to be within these string literals, and because of this break here, this is the line break. Here we have seen it is clean, right? Hi there, my first PHP lessons. Okay, and if you want to print a number, if you want to print something, then you can also use the print, okay, print tag, and you print a number here, 1000, and the number will be printed there. The closing statement. See, you can use the print keyword without the parentheses or with parentheses, and you can use also the echo keyword with parentheses or without parentheses. One very important thing that you need to understand, that string literals must be declared within double quote or single quote. Another important thing is, if you want to print something, you can use two different keywords. One is echo, another is print, and both of them can start with parentheses or without parentheses. The good practice is without parentheses. Okay, so you need to be consistent. If you write your code, say, with parentheses and then without parentheses, then with parentheses again, then that will not be consistent. Okay, the good practice is to use, if you use brackets, so use bracket always. If you use without bracket, then use without bracket. This is a good practice. One very important thing is, if you want to print something, you know that you can use the keyword echo and use the keyword print, but this echo and keyword print is not case sensitive. What it means by not case sensitive, that means if you write echo with all block letters, like I am changing this echo to write and using CHO echo all block letters, then you will see there will be no difference. See, it is printed there, and we didn't use break in it, we didn't use break, so that's why 1000 is there. Alright, if you use a break, if you are going to use a horizontal line, HR horizontal line, then if you save it, you will see there will be a horizontal line. In this way you can use HTML and PHP. This one, the important thing is this echo keyword and the print keyword, these are not case sensitive. This means if you use if you write the first word E in small letter, then C capital, then H is small letter, then O capital, okay, it will be ignored totally. But PHP variables are always case sensitive. PHP variables are case sensitive, not like these keywords that not case sensitive. Okay, these PHP keywords not case sensitive. That means you can write this keyword in any way, using small letters or using block letters or combining using sentence cases. Okay, but the good practice is using small letters. See, whenever you are going to use small letters, it will be specific color will be there. All right, so that it can be it will be easily readable. Okay, and you will be able to understand it properly. And this is a string, this is a number. You see, this is a number. Okay, and another thing is there is a get type function like echo, and I want to get type. Get type is a function, built-in function, and I want to check it out. Get type, and if you write this hi there, or if you write the total thing here, I want to find it out. I want to find the type. Like with this, you can pass anything here. It can be string literals, it can be number. Okay, I want to get its type, and then I want to use a break. Okay, I am using only break here. Okay, whenever you are going to save it, you will see 1000 is there and it is printed there, and I'm using again another break here and saving it. You see, string is there. It is a string. See, if you are going to print this get type, if you are going to type again like echo, okay, and if you are going to get type, if you are going to call this method and you are going to pass a number, like this time we are going to pass a number, it is 500, and it is a number, numeric number, and we are going to get its type, then as soon as we are going to save it, it will show integer. See, 1000, then there is a break, line break. Okay, then get type, and I want to see I passed string literal. You can pass any variable to test it out what type is there. Okay, and you see it is a string type, and the next one is integer type. In this way you can do this. So this is your very first lesson. Another thing is there, that statement, PHP statements. See, each time I have used one semicolon, right? This semicolon, this is a statement. You see the line number 7, this is 7. 7th line, okay, this is 8th line, this is 10th line, 11th line. So everywhere I have used the semicolon, and this is a code block. Okay, this is the starting, okay, multi-line comment. I didn't use anything there. This is a PHP code block. A PHP code block can have a lot of things in this way. Alright, and you can combine. In future we will check how to combine HTML and PHP all together, and whenever we are going to learn conditions. You have understood how to comment, okay, how to use single line comment, how to use multi-line comments, and you have understood basic PHP syntax, and now you are familiar with string literals, now you are familiar with integers, and you know a method, get type method, to find out its type. Another interesting thing that we want to do, not in PHP code block, we want to use a pre-tag. Okay, we want to use a pre-tag, HTML pre-tag, and here we want to use, okay, and this is we didn't use PHP tag, so using PHP tag here, PHP, then closing it, and we are using one line here which is print, and it is the print method, and we don't have to use parentheses because this is the good practice, and not to use parentheses. And then we want to use the shell command, shell exact thing, and we want to pass a string there. You can use a variable also there, and you can pass it here. We want to ping that Apache server is running or not. 171.2.0.0.1. This is the default Apache server location from where the server is running. So we want to test it out whether it is working or not, and we want to print the result. Okay, we want to print the result within this pre-tag. So this is how I have shown how to use without HTML, how to use PHP code, and now here we have used a little bit of HTML. This one will be interpreted by browser, okay, and this one will be interpreted by Apache server. Okay, now as soon as you are going to save it, you can see it here, it is now displaying there. So this is how to see it. Now this is the code window, all the code that we have written in this lesson, and this is the split window, and we can drag it down and we can see the result, or you can go to the live and we can check it out. This is ignored, okay, this is a paragraph tag, and this is the pre-tag, okay, and this is the body part. And another important thing is, if you use Dreamweaver, you will see that whenever you are selecting this or some of these, then it will be highlighted that you are here. Live elements are there. Okay, you can, if you have a big document and you want to find out this location, then you will understand that this is within the body. This is within the body by default. Okay, and see, use this, and then it will be highlighted. In Dreamweaver, in this way, you can find your portion very quickly. So it will help you out. Alright, you can use also different windows altogether, okay, or the live window only. Okay, in this way you can learn PHP code faster, and these colors are also nice. You can use multiple files there. And another important thing is, okay, this indenting. This why I am using indenting here. You see this, I didn't write it here. Okay, I didn't write it here. I didn't write it here. Okay, in this way you can do this, but this will be difficult to understand, right? That's why you have to use indenting. It is a good practice that you should use indenting, because whenever you are going to indent it, you will be able to, readability will be increased. You will be able to understand it easily, and because of this indenting. Okay, another important thing is white space. Like you can keep white space here. You can white space here. It will not be a problem. But we don't want to use white space. Okay, we want to understand it easily. Alright, that's why we are not using unnecessary white space. Okay, and we are not going to use this as capital. Okay, I'm changing it as also. So we're using only the code window. Now it is time to run this code in Visual Studio Code, right? We have this code. So in Visual Studio Code, you have to open that folder, and you have to go to that Dreamweaver PHP folder and select that folder. Automatically files will be there. whenever you are going to be here, files will be here. Okay, you can run this file using code runner. Okay, we have an extension which is code runner. Code runner extension is installed. Here is code runner. Okay, you can use this code to run this code runner and right click and then run code. You will see the code runner will run the code, and it will display the source code. It will display the source code. Okay, and clearing the output. Okay, but if you want to browse this, how to browse this? Because this folder is in Dreamweaver PHP folder, right? And you have to go. I'm using a path here. I'm using path so that you can understand it nicely. See the local host. We are in the local host. Okay, then there is a folder named Dreamweaver PHP, and within that folder our file is there, php lesson1.php. So I'm adding php lesson1.php. okay, here this is the file, and saving it. You see, but you have to understand, whenever you are using Visual Studio Code, okay, you have to check that Apache server is running, and you have to check the browser here, localhost. See Apache is running or not, and then when it is running properly, go to Visual Studio Code. So full path, and then paste it again here. This time it will display the results. In this way you can use Visual Studio. Now you know how to use Visual Studio Code and how to run it in browser. Okay, we have used Microsoft Edge. The same thing will be displayed here, but this time, each time you are going to edit it, and then you can test it using Visual Studio using Code Runner. Here Code Runner is going to show the source code. Okay, page source. Code Runner is going to display this. Okay, but in browser you can check this out, and you can, in Visual Studio Code, you can save your path, so that later each time you are going to run it, you can copy and paste it, so that you can easily go to this one. Okay, so I'm closing it. So in this way you can use Visual Studio Code. And you can see that we didn't synchronize, and whenever we have done the setup, we didn't synchronize, and here we have added a comment. This file is detecting that this file is changed a little bit, and you want to get the change, right? So you are click on yes. So see, we have added the path there. So in this way it will be warned. But if you use the synchronize, okay, if you synchronize like site, you can manage sites. You can manage this site, like if you double click it, then you can do this like server. Okay, like site. Here you can see advanced section, you can synchronize it. If you don't want to see that alert, so here maintain synchronization information. Okay, if you check this, then it will be synced automatically. Okay, now I'm not changing anything here, I'm cancelling everything. Now you can save and you can test it again. The result is there. This is the live part and this is the code part. So this was your PHP lesson 1, and we have used a free IDE which is Visual Studio Code, and a paid IDE which is Dreamweaver. If you have an opportunity to practice PHP using Dreamweaver, then I will suggest you to use Dreamweaver. If you don't have Dreamweaver available right now, then you can use free versions. You can use also Notepad++, or you can use simple Notepad to create PHP files, to run simple notepads. Okay, to use simple notepads, you have to go to that folder like here, like create text file, then change the file extension with PHP extension and write PHP code there, and you know how to browse it. Run the Apache server, okay, and then go to web browser and go to, you know the path, how to set the path, right? You know how to set the path here. You see, you don't need any IDEs. Just by using Notepad you can run PHP files. Okay, you can create PHP files and you can run PHP files. In another tutorial we will show a quick tutorial how you can use simple Notepad without any IDEs to run PHP files. Okay, I hope that you have understood in this very first PHP lesson. You have understood how to write PHP code and how to test it out. Okay, and how to share it. You can share this PHP file and you can find this file location. Okay, open in browser or you can explore. Okay, whenever you are going to click on explore, if you are going to share this file like this php lesson1.php file, then you have to explore, click on explore, and then here it will be displayed with the exact file location, and then you can copy this file and you can share it with anyone, and the person that you are sharing with, and they can place this file in their web server and they can run that file from there. Okay, in this way you can share these files easily. If you have any problem, then I would suggest you to pause the video, go back or rewind, check one more time if you have the problem. Okay, then down there comment box is there. Okay, so comment there. Okay, ask questions and we will try to answer those questions so that you can understand it clearly. Okay, if you like the videos in our channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you in the next tutorial video. Until then, take good care of yourself. Bye.